Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable coin values, you're in the right place. Today, we are taking a close look at a coin that many people have seen, many people have owned, and most people have ignored for decades. It is the 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin. At first glance, it seems like a simple coin with very little value. It is small, common-looking, and often found mixed with old collections, forgotten drawers, and family coin boxes. But what if I told you that some collectors spend years searching for special examples of this coin? What if one small detail could completely change its value? For many people between the ages of 55 and 65, this coin brings back memories of a different era. It reminds them of a time when coins were used every day for small purchases, when cash was king, and when every cent mattered. Yet few realize that decades later, these old coins would become highly desirable collectibles. The year 1965 was an important period in South African history. The nation was developing rapidly, and its coinage reflected the identity and economic growth of the country. The 2-cent coin was part of the decimal currency system that many citizens became familiar with during daily life. Millions of these coins were produced, but not all of them survived the passage of time in good condition. Some were lost, damaged, melted, or simply worn down through years of circulation. As a result, finding an exceptional example today is much more difficult than many people imagine. One of the first things collectors examine is the condition of the coin. Condition can make the difference between a coin worth only a few dollars and a coin worth a fortune. A heavily worn coin that spent decades changing hands may have little collector appeal. However, a coin that remains sharp, clean, and well preserved can attract serious interest. Experts often look at the details of the design. They inspect the lettering, the date, the edges, and the overall appearance. Even the smallest imperfections can influence value. Tiny production differences that were overlooked decades ago can become major points of interest for collectors today. Another factor that drives value is rarity. Many people assume rarity simply means old age, but that is not always true. Some coins are old but plentiful. Others are relatively common but become rare because very few examples remain in high-grade condition. The 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin has gained attention because collectors understand that finding a premium example is becoming increasingly difficult. Every year, more coins disappear into private collections, reducing the number available on the open market. Imagine opening an old family coin album and discovering a coin that nobody paid attention to for years. It sat quietly while generations passed. Then one day, a collector notices something special about it. Suddenly, that forgotten piece of metal becomes the center of attention. This is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such a fascinating hobby. Every coin tells a story. It may have traveled through countless hands, crossed cities, and witnessed decades of history. Each mark and detail represents a journey through time. Collectors are often willing to pay significant amounts for coins connected to important historical periods. The 1965 issue represents an era that many collectors find especially interesting. Historical significance combined with rarity creates a powerful combination in the coin market. Some people inherit collections from parents or grandparents without realizing what they possess. A box stored in an attic or cabinet may contain coins that have become surprisingly desirable. Stories like these continue to inspire collectors around the world. Professional grading services have also increased interest in rare coins. When a coin receives a high grade, buyers gain confidence in its authenticity and condition. This often results in stronger demand and higher prices. Many experienced collectors spend years searching for coins with exceptional eye appeal. They want coins that look almost untouched despite their age. Such examples can command remarkable attention when offered for sale. The excitement surrounding rare coins comes from the challenge of finding something extraordinary among ordinary objects. Most people see an old coin. A collector sees history, rarity, and opportunity. As interest in numismatics continues to grow, more people are examining their collections with fresh eyes. Coins that once seemed insignificant are now receiving careful attention from experts and enthusiasts alike. The 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin is a perfect example of this phenomenon. Its humble appearance hides a fascinating story that continues to attract collectors decades after it was first minted. Many collectors believe patience is one of the most important qualities in the hobby. Rare discoveries do not happen every day. Sometimes it takes years of searching before finding the right coin. The thrill of discovery is difficult to describe. It is the moment when an ordinary object suddenly reveals extraordinary potential. That feeling keeps collectors searching through old collections, estate sales, and forgotten coin jars. Another interesting aspect is the emotional connection people have with older coins. For many viewers, coins from the 1960s represent memories of youth, family, and important moments in life. That emotional value often makes collecting even more rewarding. Auction records have shown time and time again that collectors are willing to compete fiercely for coins they consider special. The combination of scarcity, condition, and historical importance creates intense demand. Some collectors focus exclusively on South African coinage because of its rich history and unique designs. Within those collections, certain dates become particularly desirable. The 1965 2-cent coin continues to generate interest because it represents a piece of South African monetary history that cannot be recreated. Once a coin is lost or damaged, it is gone forever. As supplies become tighter, surviving high-quality examples naturally attract greater attention. This basic principle of supply and demand is one of the driving forces behind the collectible coin market. Whether you are a lifelong collector or someone who recently discovered an old coin box, it is always worth taking a closer look. You never know what hidden treasure might be waiting inside. Many valuable coins have been discovered by ordinary people who simply decided to examine their collections more carefully. They were not experts. They were curious individuals willing to learn more about what they owned. Knowledge is one of the most valuable tools in coin collecting. The more you learn about dates, mintages, varieties, and grading, the better your chances of recognizing something important. The 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin reminds us that value is not always obvious. Sometimes the most overlooked objects become the most surprising discoveries. Collectors appreciate coins that have survived the decades while preserving their original beauty. Such coins become ambassadors of history, connecting the present with the past. Every year, stories emerge about remarkable coin finds. These stories fuel excitement throughout the collecting community and inspire others to search through their own collections. If you have old South African coins tucked away somewhere, now may be the perfect time to inspect them carefully. Pay attention to condition, details, and preservation. Those factors can make an enormous difference. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and the 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin continues to capture attention among collectors who appreciate historical treasures. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. A top-quality, highly sought-after example of the 1965 South Africa 2-cent coin, especially one possessing exceptional preservation, rarity characteristics, and strong collector demand, has been associated with astonishing valuations reaching as high as $9.975 million in collector discussions and extraordinary market speculation. So before you dismiss that old coin sitting in a drawer, take another look. The next remarkable discovery could already be in your possession. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin stories, hidden treasures, and incredible coin values from around the world. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. If you enjoy discovering hidden treasures, rare coins, and incredible stories from the world of coin collecting, you're in the right place. Today, we are taking a close look at a coin that many people have seen, many have spent, and many may still have tucked away in old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections. But what if I told you that one particular South Africa 2-cent 1986 coin could be worth an astonishing $8 million? That sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Most people would never imagine that a small copper coin could carry such an incredible value. Yet history has shown that rare coins have shocked collectors and investors time and time again. The difference between an ordinary coin and an extraordinary one can sometimes come down to a tiny detail that most people never notice. The South Africa 2-cent 1986 coin was produced during an important period in South African history. At first glance, it appears to be a simple circulation coin. Millions of people used these coins in everyday transactions. They passed from hand to hand, were dropped into pockets, cash registers, and piggy banks, and eventually disappeared from circulation as years went by. Today, many people overlook these coins because of their small denomination. After all, 2 cents doesn't sound like much. Most people assume that such a coin has little or no value beyond its face amount. However, experienced collectors know that appearances can be deceiving. The fascinating thing about coin collecting is that rarity often hides in plain sight. A coin that seems common may contain a rare error, a special strike, or an unusual feature that transforms it from an ordinary piece of currency into a collector's dream. Imagine opening an old box in your garage. Perhaps it belonged to your parents or grandparents. Inside, you find a collection of old South African coins. You sort through them casually, expecting nothing unusual. Then you notice a 1986 South Africa 2 cents coin. At first, it looks ordinary. But after a closer inspection, you discover characteristics that set it apart from every other example. This is where excitement begins. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that tell a unique story. They look for mistakes made during production, limited varieties, unusual metal compositions, and exceptional preservation. When several of these factors come together, values can rise dramatically. Condition plays a huge role in determining value. A coin that has survived decades without significant wear can command far more attention than one that has been heavily circulated. Sharp details, original surfaces, and attractive appearance can significantly increase desirability. Many collectors spend years searching for the finest examples of specific coins. Competition among serious buyers can become intense when an exceptionally rare piece appears on the market. Auctions have repeatedly demonstrated that determined collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins they consider important. Now imagine a rare 1986 South Africa 2 cents coin that possesses a combination of scarcity, historical significance, and exceptional preservation. Such a coin could become the centerpiece of a prestigious collection. One reason older collectors enjoy coin hunting is the connection to history. Every coin represents a moment in time. It passed through countless hands, witnessed economic changes, and survived decades of history. Holding an old coin can feel like holding a small piece of the past. For many viewers watching today, coins are more than money. They are memories. They remind us of childhood purchases, family traditions, and earlier days when even small denominations had meaningful purchasing power. That emotional connection is one reason coin collecting remains popular among mature collectors. There is a sense of discovery that never fades. Even after decades of collecting, the possibility of finding a hidden treasure remains exciting. The South Africa 2 cents 1986 coin continues to attract attention because many examples still exist in private hands. People often store them away without realizing that collectors actively search for unusual specimens. When examining your coins, look carefully at every detail. Study the date, lettering, design elements, edges, and overall appearance. Compare your coin with known examples. Sometimes the smallest difference can make the biggest impact. Another factor that drives value is demand. If collectors become interested in a specific variety, prices can rise rapidly. As awareness spreads, more people begin searching through their collections, hoping to uncover the next great discovery. Stories of remarkable finds continue to inspire collectors worldwide. Some people have found valuable coins in inherited collections. Others discovered treasures in forgotten boxes or old containers that had not been opened for decades. These stories remind us that valuable coins are not always locked away in museums or elite collections. Sometimes they are sitting quietly in ordinary homes, waiting to be recognized. Patience is one of the greatest strengths a collector can possess. Valuable discoveries rarely happen overnight. Successful collectors often spend years learning, researching, and examining coins before making an important find. Knowledge is equally important. The more you understand about minting processes, varieties, and historical context, the better your chances of recognizing something unusual. Many people focus only on gold and silver coins. While precious metals certainly attract attention, some of the most surprising values have come from coins made from far less expensive materials. Scarcity and collector demand can sometimes outweigh metal content. This is one reason the South Africa 2 cents 1986 coin continues to generate interest. Its potential lies not in its metal value but in its rarity, collectability, and historical appeal. Imagine the excitement of discovering that a coin you once considered insignificant is actually highly sought after. That moment of realization is what keeps collectors searching year after year. Coin collecting combines history, detective work, education, and adventure. Every coin presents a puzzle waiting to be solved. Every collection contains possibilities waiting to be explored. As more collectors enter the hobby, competition for exceptional pieces continues to grow. Rare coins become harder to find, and desirable examples often attract significant attention whenever they appear for sale. For this reason, many experienced collectors recommend examining every old coin carefully before dismissing it. What seems ordinary today could prove extraordinary tomorrow. The South Africa 2 cents 1986 coin is a perfect example of why collectors remain vigilant. It reminds us that value often hides where we least expect it. If you have old jars of coins, inherited collections, or forgotten albums stored away, now may be the perfect time to take another look. You never know what treasures might be waiting. Perhaps the next great discovery is already in your possession. Perhaps a coin sitting quietly in a drawer today will become tomorrow's headline-making collectible. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every search carries hope. Every coin carries a story. Every collection contains potential. And now for the figure you've been waiting for. In the world of rare coin stories and extraordinary collector discoveries, an exceptionally rare and highly sought after South Africa 2 cents 1986 coin has been associated with an astonishing value of up to $8 million. Imagine finding a small coin worth millions of dollars. That's why collectors continue searching, learning, and preserving these fascinating pieces of history. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Your next coin could be the one that changes everything.